What can I do? Juliet cried. Help me! Your mother is right, the nurse said. You should marry Paris. He is a good man. You will be happy with him. I will go to Friar Lawrence. Tell my mother that I am sorry my father is upset. The nurse went out. If he cannot help me, I will end my life, Juliet thought. Paris was in Friar Lawrence's cell. I want to arrange my marriage to Juliet, he said. On Thursday, sir? Said the friar. That is very soon. Capulet wants us to marry quickly, and that is my wish too. Juliet weeps too much because of Tybalt's death. Her wedding will stop her tears. I must delay this wedding, thought the friar. It should never take place at all. Then he said to Paris, Look, sir, here she comes. My lady and my wife, said Paris. I am not your wife yet, said Juliet. I will make you my wife on Thursday. Until then, goodbye. He went out and left Juliet alone with the friar. Oh, shut the door, she cried, and then come and weep with me. Nobody can help me. Nobody can offer me hope. If you cannot think of a plan to help me, I want to die. Wait, daughter, the friar said. I think I can help. You say that you will kill yourself if you have to marry Paris. Then, perhaps, you can pretend to be dead for a short time. I will do anything if I can stay true to my dear love, Romeo. Go home. Tell your mother and father that you will marry Paris. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Go to bed alone tomorrow night. Don't let your nurse stay with you. When you are in bed, drink this liquid. You will feel cold and sleepy. Your skin will grow pale, and you will not breathe. For 42 hours, you will seem to be dead. When Paris comes for you, he will think that you are dead. They will put you in your family's tomb. I will send a letter to Romeo. At the end of the 42 hours, you will wake up, and Romeo will take you away to Mantua. Are you brave enough to do this? Or will fear stop you drinking the liquid? Give me the drink. Don't speak of fear, said Juliet. I will send Friar John to Romeo with a letter, the friar said. Juliet went home. I am sorry that I refused to marry Paris, she said to her father. I was wrong. Let us prepare for the wedding. The next night, Juliet asked her nurse to leave the room. I am afraid, she thought. What will happen if this liquid does not work? I am afraid that I will wake up before Romeo comes to me in the tomb. Romeo, Romeo, I am drinking this for you. Then she drank Friar Lawrence's liquid and fell back on her bed. The Capulets prepared for the wedding, and on the Thursday morning, Juliet's nurse came to wake her. She called her name. Are you still asleep? Come, my lady, wake up. At last, she shook Juliet. Lady? Lady! Oh, help! Help! My lady is dead! Juliet's parents heard her cries and ran into the room. Paris and Friar Lawrence were with them. Is Juliet ready to go to the church? Friar Lawrence asked. She is ready to go, Lord Capulet cried, but she will never return. Death has taken her. She was a lovely young woman, the friar said. Heaven wanted to share her with you. You could not stop her death. She is above the clouds in heaven. You must not weep now. Dry your tears and take her to the tomb. We have flowers and music for her wedding, said Lord Capulet sadly. Now we will use them for her tomb. So they took Juliet to the tomb of the Capulets. Romeo was far away in Mantua. I had a strange dream last night, he remembered. I dreamed that Juliet came and found me dead. She kissed me and I was alive again. He saw his servant Balthazar coming towards him. "Do you have any news from Verona?" he asked. "How is my love? Is she well?" But Balthazar answered, "Her body is sleeping in the tomb of the Capulets. She is alive in heaven now." "What?" cried Romeo. "Do you have a letter for me from the friar?" "No. Find me some horses. I must leave here tonight. Tonight I will lie with Juliet in her tomb." Balthazar was afraid. What was his master going to do? Romeo went to a very poor chemist. This chemist sold medicines, but he needed more money, so he also sold poison. If I pay this chemist with gold, Romeo thought, he will give me a poison that will end my life. "Drink this poison. It will kill you immediately," the chemist said. "Buy food with my gold," said Romeo, and he picked up the poisoned liquid. Friar John returned to Friar Lawrence. "Welcome," said Friar Lawrence. "What does Romeo say?" Friar John looked very unhappy. "I could not go to Mantua," he said. "I went to a house in Verona, looking for a friar to go with me. While I was there, officers came and locked all the doors and windows. They thought that there was a dangerous illness in the house. They did not let anyone in or out, and nobody wanted to touch your letter. Here it is." "This is terrible," said Friar Lawrence. "Go, quickly. Bring an iron stick to my cell. In 3 hours, Juliet will wake up," he thought. "I will write to Mantua, but I must open the tomb and hide Juliet in my cell until Romeo arrives." Paris went to the Capulet's tomb because he wanted to put flowers on it for Juliet. He heard people near the tomb and hid. It was Romeo and Balthazar. "Take this letter to my father," Romeo said to his servant. "Give me your lamp. I am going to say goodbye to my lady Juliet. Now go away." But Balthazar thought, "I will hide near here. My master looks strange. What is he going to do?" Paris heard a noise as Romeo broke open the tomb. "It is Romeo!" he cried. "What evil is he doing to the dead bodies? Romeo, I have caught you. You must die." "Yes, I must die," said Romeo. "That is why I am here. I came to kill myself. I do not want to hurt you, boy. Go away and say that a madman told you to leave." But Paris made Romeo fight. Paris's servant ran to call the officers who were on guard through the night. Romeo's sword wounded Paris. "I am dying," Paris cried. "Place me in the tomb with Juliet." Romeo looked at the face of the dead man. "It is Count Paris, one of Mercutio's family. Poor young man. I will put you in the tomb." He opened Juliet's tomb and looked at her face. "Dear Juliet," he said. "Why are you still so beautiful? Is death keeping you here as his lover? Let me look at you again. Let my arms hold you for the last time. I will stay here with you forever." He drank the poison. This poison acts quickly. "With this kiss, I will die." Friar Lawrence came running towards the tomb. He saw Balthazar, and then he saw a light inside. "Romeo, my master, has been in the tomb for more than half an hour," Balthazar said. Full of fear, the friar went into the tomb. He saw the dead bodies of Romeo and Paris, and at that moment Juliet woke up. "Where is my Romeo?" she asked. "Lady," said the friar, "come out of this place of death. A greater power than ours has ruined all our plans. Your husband is dead, and Paris too. We can do nothing here. Come away with me. I will take you to a safe place." "Go! Leave this place. I will stay," said Juliet. The friar hurried away to find someone to help him. Juliet looked at Romeo. "What is this?" she asked herself. "There is a cup in my true love's hand. Poison? Oh, Romeo, you have drunk it all and left none for me. I will kiss your lips. Perhaps there is some poison on them." She kissed him, but then she heard the guards arrive. There was no more time. Juliet took Romeo's dagger and pushed it into her own heart. The prince and his servants arrived at the tomb, followed by the Capulets and Montagues. The guards caught the weeping friar. "What happened?" Prince Aeschylus asked. "Why have you called me from my bed?" "Some people in the street are crying Romeo, some are crying Juliet, and some are crying Paris," Lady Capulet said. "They are shouting and running towards our tomb." Then a guard told them, "Count Paris is dead, Romeo is dead, and Juliet has killed herself." "Here is the friar," said another guard, "and here is Romeo's servant Balthazar." "Prince, my wife died during the night," Lord Montague said. "She was very sad when my son left the city. Her sadness killed her." The prince turned to the friar. "Tell me, friar, what do you know about all this?" The friar, in a few words, told the whole unhappy story. "If these deaths are my fault, then punish me with death." "I know that you are a good man," said the prince. "Where is Romeo's servant? What can he tell us?" "I told my master that Juliet was dead," Balthazar said. "He came here and told me to go away. He said he would kill me if I stayed." Paris's servant also told his story. "My master came to put flowers on Juliet's tomb. He saw somebody and pulled out his sword. I ran away to find the guards." "Capulet, Montague," the prince said sadly, "these terrible things happened because your families hate each other. And I have also lost 2 members of my family." Capulet said to Montague, "My daughter's marriage with your son Romeo has joined our families at last. Oh, brother Montague, give me your hand." "And so," the prince said, "this dark and cloudy morning has brought a sad peace. There will never be a sadder story than the story of Romeo and Juliet."